Longtime fans have been enjoying the character of Robert Scorpio on General Hospital for many years. Tristan Rogers made his debut in December of 1980 and played the popular character until 1992, reprising the role numerous times in the years since. And after his 2018 return to G8, Rogers stuck around and continued to play Robert up until his most recent exit in November 2024. Robert first appeared in Port Charles tracking Luke Spencer and Alexandra Quatermain in search of the Ice Princess, which was really a large uncut diamond containing the secret to carbonic snow. Although Luke and Robert initially thought they were enemies, when they realized they were on the same side, they teamed up to stop the Cassadines from freezing the world. Following the adventure, Robert resigned from the World Security Bureau because they disagreed about destroying the Ice Princess and its formula. He briefly dated Tiffany Hill, who he'd met during the caper, but their romance fizzled. Next, Robert found himself drawn to reporter Jackie Templeton, who was searching for her missing sister Laura, a model who resembled Laura Spencer. Robert was already helping Luke track down his missing wife, and they discovered David Gray had arranged for Laura Spencer's disappearance. After Luke killed David in a sword fight, they were led to believe Laura had drowned at sea, and Robert consoled his grieving friend. After he and Luke were caught up in an oil scam orchestrated by Holly Sutton's family, Robert ended up marrying the Brit. She was pregnant with Luke's baby, and since he was presumed dead at the time, Robert made her his wife so she wouldn't be deported. Sadly, she miscarried the child, but Holly and Robert eventually found love. When Max Scorpio first came to town, Robert had a rocky relationship with his brother because he blamed him for the death of their parents. Thankfully, they were able to bury the hatchet before Robert and his wife, Anna Devane, were presumed dead in 1992, leaving their teenage daughter, Robin, to be raised by Mac. Robert resurfaced in 2006, 5 years after Anna, to reveal that he was forced to go into hiding by the WBS and couldn't tell anyone where he was. He was tracking down a lethal strain of encephalitis from the South Pacific, which menaced Port Charles. Later, Robert was diagnosed with colon cancer, and after slipping into a coma, he recovered and went to Europe for further treatment. After Robin was presumed dead in an explosion, Robert returned to Port Charles in 2012 and even contemplated taking his own life out of grief over not being able to protect his daughter. Thankfully, Luke was able to talk his friend down. Later, Luke brought Robert back to town to investigate the return of Duke Lavery, who they soon discovered to be Cesar Faison in disguise. After locating the real Duke, Robert saw Robin alive, but was put into a coma by Dr. Liesl Obrecht to keep him quiet. When he finally awoke, Robert managed to convince Anna their daughter was alive, and after an adventure that found them held prisoner temporarily by Jerry Jacks, they were reunited with Robin. Robert helped keep Anna from taking revenge by killing Faison, and later also helped her deal with her rage towards Carlos after he killed Duke. In the spring of 2018, the spy appeared in Switzerland to offer Anna help in tracking down her son, Henrik Faison. As he was getting too close to the truth, Valentine Cassadine drugged and imprisoned Robert, but the truth couldn't be kept hidden for long. Robert reappeared in Port Charles to take Peter/Henrik into custody, but he cut a deal to stay out of prison. He also enlisted Finn's help to find a missing Anna, and when it turned out she was just bait to abduct Finn, Robert had to help them both escape their kidnappers. He then helped Anna track down Alex, so she could get to the bottom of the mysterious virus that temporarily took away her eyesight. Of course, the spy was also a thorn in Finn's side as he prepared to propose to Anna, but nobody's perfect. Robert also aided Sonny in his search for Dante, journeying with him to Turkey to bring the guy home. Unfortunately, Dante had to leave again to undergo treatment for his PTSD, and Robert was forced into retirement by the WSB. After Margaret Dawson resigned, Robert was hired as Port Charles' newest district attorney, since he apparently attended law school before being recruited by the WSB. This put him at the forefront of keeping Port Charles crime-free. Robert was shaken to hear reports that Holly had died while on WSB business, but remained skeptical, refusing to believe that she was really gone. He brought Olivia Falconeri to the WSB facility in Switzerland to visit her son, Dante, but he refused to see her. Before returning to Port Charles, they attended Holly's memorial service in England, but Robert was stunned to get a phone call that sounded like Holly begging him to help her. Olivia tagged along as Robert flew to Monte Carlo to investigate and find out what was really going on, and they got some help from Ethan Lovett, who was also after his mom, but they ultimately returned to Port Charles unable to rescue Holly. After their trip, Robert remained friendly with Olivia, but kept his distance as it had put a strain on her marriage to Ned. He continued to work to help bring Peter August to justice, and was devastated when Anna reported news that their old friend, Sean Donnelly, had passed away. Robert teamed up with Anna again to help stop Peter, and was stunned to learn that Victor Cassadine was not only alive, but allied with the villain. After returning from Greece, Robert was stunned when a drunk Olivia kissed him, and a jealous Ned punched him. But he was able to clear the air and help Olivia repair her marriage. He then traveled with Anna to Cassadine Island, where they took Peter into custody. In the fall of 2022, Robert worked with Anna to try and figure out what Victor was up to, and didn't like that she insisted on including Valentine, who he didn't trust as much as she did. When Holly resurfaced in Port Charles, literally, he was happy to see her alive but concerned she didn't have any memories of the years she'd been missing. After Laura warned her that Holly was hiding something, Robert was stunned when his ex revealed she'd been forced to work with Victor. He and Felicia staged an explosion that gave the impression Holly was being treated for serious burns, while she secretly left town in search of her son, Ethan, who Victor was holding prisoner to blackmail her. Robert had struck up a flirtation with Diane Miller, and the pair shared a first kiss. But things got sticky when Holly came back, and Diane found out he'd known about it all along. She also didn't enjoy feeling like his second choice after walking in on Holly kissing him. After Victor was finally brought to justice, Holly left town to continue helping Ethan, and Robert tried to make it up to Diane. She agreed to a fresh start, but warned him to watch his step. Their relationship deepened, and they consummated it. But things got complicated again, when he was determined to make Sunny face justice, while she was just as determined to defend her client. In the end, they came to the agreement they had to keep their personal and professional lives separate if the relationship was going to work. Focusing on work, the DA offered to settle Charlotte Cassadine's stalking of Anna with probation, community service, and therapy. Then he tried to get Heather Weber transferred to San Quentin. But the plan was put on hold when she was diagnosed with cobalt poisoning and required surgery. When Jason Morgan returned to Port Charles alive and was arrested for shooting Dante, Robert passed the case off to his ADA, Molly Lansing Davis, to avoid any conflict with Robin. In the spring of 2024, Robert was happy when Mac returned from his lengthy assignment. But he was a little less thrilled when Holly resurfaced in October, mixed up with a villain named Sidwell. As they were catching up, Mac interrupted to try and keep his brother from being sucked back into Holly's drama. Robert reassured him that he was happy with Diane, and had no interest in Holly anymore. However, that wasn't entirely true. Robert was stunned when Sasha Gilmore revealed that Holly is her mother, and that she was just told he is her father. He agreed to have a paternity test done, and assured her he'd have it done at the WSB to avoid any tampering. The test results were positive, and Robert hoped to build a relationship with his newly discovered daughter. Admitting his feelings for Holly, Robert went to break up with Diane, but she knew it was coming and let him go. When Holly decided to leave town in order to find a way to pay off her debts, Robert surprised her by tagging along. Robert Scorpio, portrayed by the legendary actor Tristan Rogers, remains one of the most iconic and beloved characters on General Hospital. Since his introduction in 1980, Robert has been a staple of Port Charles, known for his sharp wit, heroic adventures, and complex relationships. Over the years, fans have witnessed Robert's dramatic highs and lows, from espionage-filled storylines to deeply personal struggles that have defined his first appearance as an Australian secret agent who quickly became involved in the famous Ice Princess storyline. Teaming up with Luke Spencer and Laura Webber, Robert played a critical role in thwarting the villainous Cassadines plot to freeze the world using the mysterious Ice Princess diamond. This storyline cemented Robert as a heroic figure and fan favorite almost overnight. From there, Robert's status as a secret agent for the World Security Bureau, WSB, became central to his character. Whether working alongside Anna Devane or fighting his own battles, Robert proved time and time again that he was willing to put his life on the line for the greater good. His sharp mind, undeniable charm, and dedication to justice made him an unforgettable presence on the show. Robert's relationships over the decades have been a significant focus of his storyline. His marriage to Anna Devane, another WSB agent and fierce heroine, remains one of General Hospital's most iconic pairings. Together, they shared a complicated yet passionate love story, made even more compelling by their daughter, Robin Scorpio Drake. Robin's introduction marked a turning point for Robert, as viewers saw a more emotional and vulnerable side of the otherwise stoic agent. Robert's bond with Robin has been one of the most enduring aspects of his character. From protecting her as a child to supporting her through her struggles as an adult, their father-daughter dynamic has delivered some of the most heartwarming and heartbreaking moments in the show's history. Robert's deep love for Robin and his role as a father figure added layers to his otherwise action-packed persona. One of the most significant twists in Robert's storyline came in the early 1990s, when he was presumed dead after a ship explosion. Fans were devastated, believing they had lost one of their favorite characters for good. At the time, Robert's supposed death came shortly after the presumed death of his ex-wife, Anna Devane, leading to immense grief for their daughter, Robin. Although Robert's death kept him off the canvas for years, it wasn't the end of his story. Soap opera fans know that no character ever truly stays gone, and Robert's eventual return in the 2000s brought immense joy to viewers. In 2006, Robert Scorpio made his long-awaited return to General Hospital. It was revealed that he had faked his death and had been working on a top-secret WSB mission. His reappearance shook up the lives of those closest to him, particularly Robin, who had been living with the belief that both of her parents were gone. Since his return, Robert has been a recurring presence in Port Charles, always stepping in when his skills as a spy, father, or friend are needed. Whether teaming up with his former flame, Anna Devane, sharing scenes with his beloved Robin, or taking on new challenges, Robert remains an integral part of General Hospital's legacy. In recent years, Robert Scorpio has been heavily involved in various storylines that showcase his versatility as a character. As the District Attorney of Port Charles, Robert has transitioned from his days as a spy to a man dedicated to upholding the law. However, his past as a WSB agent is never far behind, and his investigative skills continue to prove invaluable. Robert's dynamic with Anna remains a fan-favorite aspect of the show. Although their romantic relationship is now a thing of the past, their mutual respect, love, and shared history keep their scenes electric. Fans continue to root for them as a team, whether they are working together to uncover secrets or sharing emotional moments of reflection. One of Robert's more recent storylines involved his quest to take down Peter August, Anna's controversial son. Believing Peter to be a dangerous man hiding behind a facade, Robert was relentless in his pursuit of justice, even as it strained his relationships with Anna and others in Port Charles. This storyline showcased Robert's unyielding dedication to doing what is right, even when it puts him at odds with those he loves. As of now, Robert Scorpio remains a critical part of General Hospital, and fans are eager to see what the future holds for the beloved character. Tristan Rogers' portrayal continues to captivate audiences, blending humor, charm, and gravitas in a way that only he can. Whether Robert is solving mysteries, fighting for justice, or sharing heartfelt moments with his loved ones, he remains a vital part of the show's fabric. Speculation often surrounds Robert's future storylines. Will he reunite with Anna for one final mission? Could his WSB past come back to haunt him in an unexpected way? Fans have even wondered if Robert might face off against a new villain or reconnect with old allies as new threats emerge in Port Charles.